Hi guys, how we doing? Well, I just thought I'd come on here and show you how I make all my music. I'm currently between Caen and Bale, where the Bale Tapestry was sorted out in the old times of Willie the Conqueror, and but I'm more towards Caen as I'm going to Germany. I'm going to start driving later on today, but at the moment I'm writing music and recording, and I want to show you the process. So first of all, we have over here a acoustic guitar. Then we have my keyboard, which is great bit of kit, because the keyboard goes into my laptop, into Logic Pro, which is this software here, which is an amazing bit of kit. So how does it work? Well, it's like this. In the old days, we used to pay a lot of money by selling our granny to go into a recording studio. You could be in there for a week and cost you anything upwards of £2,000 depending. I'm going back into the early 80s now, before all new technology started to kick in. So this software I've got now is software called Logic Pro, and what happened is, in the early 90s I bought a bit of software called Cubase, and Cubase was actually software that would, I've got to get this right now, it would actually record data, as what they call MIDI files. So you'd have the computer with Cubase on it linked up to a keyboard, and when you played whatever sound you wanted to play from your keyboard, I can't remember what keyboard I had back then, early 90s. I know it was a good one, it cost me over £1,000 anyway, but anyway, that's beside the point. It reads data, and it also takes it into the software, so you've got the actual data stored as MIDI files, and then when you complete your song and you wanted to record it onto a audio file, then that's another complicated bit of process. But anyway, it did the job and it worked. Then I think it was about 1995, 96 maybe, Apple bought into Cubase, because they are very crafty people. Let's see if I can turn this round. No, I can't. Well, anyway, they were crafty people. I'll do it this way. I've got my bins on, looking all intellectual somehow. This is working, yeah. And next thing you know, Apple have brought out their own version, which is a lot better. When it came out, it was a lot better than Cubase, called Logic Pro, which is what I've got here now. So I've got my reading bins on so I can see what I'm doing. Now, this bit of kit here is called a sound card. And what that means is I can, although the keyboard plugs directly into the laptop, the Apple Mac laptop, the sound card also plugs into the Apple Mac laptop via this here, but I can plug my guitar in there, and a microphone for doing vocals, and for my saxophone microphone, whatever I'm going to be doing, which is later on in the process. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play you the song through. Now I have to do this a bit clever, because if you hear this sound from the computer, it don't sound too good, but if you see it through headphones, it's really good, but you can't, I can. So hang on a minute, I'm going to put my headphones on. I'm going to describe to you what's going on here. Bit of France so you can have a look. I'm here till tonight, then off down to Germany. So I'm going to start it off, and I'm going to put the audio file in a minute onto the video so you can see what's happening. So up here we've got the play, like a cassette recorder or on your MP3 recorder. You can press play there and the song will start playing. Right, so at the beginning here we've got an intro, and I'll turn this down a bit so I don't deafen myself. And the intro is basically an 80s style synth. Now as it moves along into the other parts of the intro, it's got some strings which are down here. Somewhere. Let's put the finger at the way. We've got some strings here, and then we've got some voices and crystally sounds. These are all the instruments down here. I mean, there's loads of instruments. These are the few that I picked. Synthesizers, orchestras. It's got all the names of them down here, as you can see. Then I've got a Steinway piano at the bottom, you can hear now. And I've got that doubled up. The Steinway piano that's got some delay on it, a bit of chorus, and it's also got an octave lower section on there, which gives it a bit more beef. The main thing that I try to do, I want to get those drums out front and really punchy that drives the song. I like the old Tony Thompson, or even when he was in Chic and then Power Station, he had this kind of very clean but punchy drum sound. Even Phil Collins kind of gets that as well. So I want to make those drums really drive the song. That's the way I like to do it. Here we've got a kind of a bridge bit. It can be a chorus. It depends what Gary, my partner in crime, is going to do with this, because he's going to be doing all the vocals, writing the words, and he'll determine what he wants to do. And this is again, it's a nice bit of Steinway piano, and it's going to run down into what I call fairies in the woods, and you'll see what I mean when it gets into it. So just listen. Here we go. See what I mean? It's fairies skipping through the woods. Takes the song right down, gives it a bit of ambience. I've just got the top track here, which is my kind of percussive track. Excuse my finger being in the freaking way. This bit's nice, it goes down into a crescendo. And obviously you have to play all the keyboards for all of these parts here. Then the big kick back in again. So we go back into the pre-intro like before, which will lead into the verses. Now somewhere in here, I've actually just put a kind of a clean acoustic bottom-endy guitar on there, which is kind of just underneath but driving the song about a bit. All of these bits in there kind of help, but you can't actually pick them out individually, apart from the Steinway piano. I've got a double bass in there and a pitch electric bass, which is Italian for a pitch electric bass. And over here, look, where are we? Upright, double bass, pitch electric bass, which I've got some effects on. I've doubled them up because I like the sound I get with it. And then we've got the acoustic guitar. This is using Fender modelling tweed amps on a clean sound with a little bit of chorus. As I say, you can't really hear it, but it's there, it is there. And then we're going to go back and drop down again into the kind of pre-end bridge. Again, those Steinway pianos kicking in. I know a lot of my mates out there will have probably Logic Pro or have used it in the past. If you're watching this, Dave Harris of Fashion, do you actually use this at all? Or have you used it in the past? Be interesting to know. I mean, I don't record a hell of a lot. It's just at the moment I'm on this mission since January to get this album together, 10 songs. And I've got 8 now with this one. There's the fairies skipping through the woods again. I'm trying to make this whole project pretty kind of 80s really, with a modern twist to it, if that's possible. But what's exciting for me is going to be Gary doing all the lyrics and the singing, because it puts a completely different perspective on every song that we do. Like when we worked together in 93-4, we did 2 solo albums together. So that's it, we're on a little bit of a run out now. And that's why I'm going to cut one, because this is over 10 minutes long. There we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Where are you? Oh, there you are. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, it's starting to forget now. Let's cut it down. So that's it. That's how I record music on the road. And when I get back home to Spain, where my saxophone, my alto and tenor saxophones are, and also my 2 electric guitars, my Gretsch or Telecaster, I've got to fathom out which guitar I'm going to use now on some of these songs. I want to try and go for a bit of a heavy guitar if I can, and give it that little bit more balls to it. And also, I want a screaming sax solo on every song, because that's the trademark. Alright guys, well that's it. Spin it round again, and I'll see you later, taters. Love you all, be good.